And George, if you want to talk about it, or Miss Della.
I had asked, Ms. Stella, earlier we had said that we were going to talk more about the NOG, and we want to make sure we don't miss that. So I said that's it. I want to say a few words. Yeah.
From what I know. No, we have everyone.
I can like it.
You want to
Yeah,
do,
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
you want to do a roll call?
Right.
Yes, we want you to say your piece.
Okay, guys, listen up. I'm not talking, she's talking now. Y'all can listen to her.
But you can chime in anytime you want to.
No, go ahead.
You've been in the meeting.
Go-
Okay, then. I am pleased and honored to be a member of the Neighborhood Leadership Mobility Group, especially for my age, number one. Because
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm not as mobile as I used to be. I'm very interested in this because I am a driver, and learning about the bike, what do you call it? The striping that they have on the street was very confusing to me when it first started. And I think that it's very important that educating the driver, educating also the people that, the bikers, that it's important for us to have safety for them. We talk about we talk about a lot of different things. The bus shelters that they have out is very important. Shoveling the snow around those bus shelters is very important. I know as a young person when I was riding the bus, I'll never forget the fact that I was standing on a mountain of snow and the bus went right past me. I don't know if you thought I was there playing or but I was trying to get on the bus and there was no other place. And that was as a teenager, and I said, you know what? I had it with buses. I'll never ride another bus. But you know how you feel at that time. But I understand deeply, even though I don't ride the bus regularly, that the importance of having mobility in the community around bikers. I'm focusing though on on safety, because when you do see someone with a bike helmet on, they don't have any stripes on it, reflective stripes. They don't have indications on their clothing. It's important, you know, to be able to see them on the road. But I think that holistically learning the information that I have about clean mobility is extremely important, more than what I ever thought it was. And I have a better understanding, and I know the community needs more understanding about it. I have a radio show on Thursdays at 3 o'clock at WFO, and I've been talking more about Go Bike, Eastside Bike Club, and things like that, because they don't get the recognition that they should because of the work that they do in the community. So I always try to drop some kind of a piece of information, because biking is exercise, which is part of health, and it is so important that we be safe as well as just riding for recreation. So I really appreciate being involved in this group, because it's a learning experience for me, knowing that, knowing when it started and how it is building up and connecting communities, as well as just educating people. Thank you.
So Go Bike and Eastside Bike Club has some people that's certified in terms of surface safety, Harvey being one of them. I don't know exactly who's with Go Bike that's certified for the safety information, but what is Adam?
That's it.
Okay, so then we're making sure we educating the people in the communities about the safety of helmets.
Well, I'd like to get certified.
Okay.
Okay,
Harvey's
because
the
it's
guy.
so important. I was driving down the street on Niagara Falls Boulevard and pulled out of Joanne Fabrics into the boulevard, and I did not see this car because it didn't have its front lights on. It was dark. And I tried to toot at her and toot that or try to tell her to turn her lights on. So, I mean, it's safety all the way around. It's just not for bikers. But if it had been a bike, I would have been a wreck. So it's important for safety.
It takes all of us. It's a mutual thing. Bikers have to ride in a safe and predictable way, and cars need to ride in a safe and predictable way.
Right.
Because we both are vehicles that have to share the same road.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I see you guys got cookies.
Yeah.
George
I thought you needed a little pep.
Would anybody like one?
Oh, look at those cookies.
That's my weakness.
That's
I
my
know you're
weakness
talking about
too.
health, but
You gotta be looking for cookies, and we're passing the BNF.
Yeah.
What is this?
what is more important?
The top ones.
But we should mention, so we already talked several times about the Buffalo Medical Niagara Medical Campus as one of our anchor organizations, and as an organization themselves, they're helping our other anchors to learn about how mobility can impact their workforce, how it impacts their site. And so this is known as our medical corridor. There's a lot of controversy over this area because it did kind of again dissect a black community, and during the development process many felt that they did not get a say in what was occurring in their community. So we're trying to take lessons learned and implement them and make sure we don't have those same mistakes in the work that we're doing. But it is a major economic development area in our community, and we have to make sure that we do better in terms of education and getting people to learn how they can have a voice.
And I just want to add with the medical campus, Go Bike has been managing their transportation demand management programs called Go BMC. And so it's been a lot of effort to try to, as new employees come in, to get immediately adjust their behaviors. And so we were able to see over a course of several years implementing the first GDM programming in Buffalo. We reduced drive-alone trips to the medical campus from 88% down to 80%. Which was something like 1,200 people, like basically a parking. We saved the medical campus nearly $50 million in building a parking garage simply by adjusting demand for adding more supply. And so we were able to get the city to include a transportation demand management policy in the zoning code as they eliminated minimum parking requirements, and it's now a requirement across the city to address parking needs. The GDM prior to adding more parking on the offset. So, and it's been slow. Change is slow, but it's been working incrementally. I think one of our biggest challenges was actually Brendan and I were meeting with a major developer in town to get them involved in more TDM work, and they do a lot of work in Washington D.C. And he said, well, in D.C. they force us to do this. In Buffalo, it's just another piece of paper we need to develop.
And if you
so
look,
that's the challenge between having good policy and implementation of good policy.
and if you look on this side, it's another old church that we're coming up to, which is called on my right. It's called Pilgrim Baptist Church, which is another Underground Railroad destination down this Michigan corridor. This church is right here to my right, and it's famous for the Underground Railroad. And we're entering into the phase of the Michigan Quarter.
We're going to be stopping at the Michigan Street Baptist Church, and so you can see, you can walk around it. We asked the gentleman if he could give us a tour, but he was busy today. He had a previous commitment. But this is where future development will be occurring. I think Tyra could speak much more to that. There is the Historic Colored Musicians Club that lives here. They are currently undergoing a remodel. They are one of the only colored musicians clubs that remain, that came to be as a result of segregation in our society when musicians couldn't enter into the same venues as other white musicians. And so this was a part of the historic landscape of Buffalo, New York.
And then we're going into the Color Musician Club is there. Then the NAACP is in this building here. And then the Nash House we're coming towards the Nash House, which is coming right up the street.
This is the Broadway Barns. Historically, this is the Broadway Auditorium, which used to have, like, in the turn of the century, major boxing matches, but it also had bike races. And everyone remembers Major Taylor. He was the first African American professional bike racer. He won his first races right here in Buffalo's Broadway Auditorium. The city is looking to move its Broadway Barns, this DPW depot. I'm not sure where, but there's a new development group that is going to be taking it over. And part of our goal, especially just being right down the street, is we really need to talk about Major Taylor and his impact not only in the cycling community, but right here in Buffalo, right in here in this space.
And we're putting a mural of Major Taylor at E-Bike Library on Delavan. We're going to have a big mural on the wall over there with his picture and everything right there in the heart of the east side of Buffalo.
And we're hoping that, of course, that will be our local artists as well that will be putting up that mural.
Yes, we have 3 local artists that's looking at doing it now, and it's a matter of them coming with the designs to determine who we're going to choose. But they're all local artists right here in the community.
And if it wasn't for the expo this weekend, I would be in Montgomery doing the Selman and Montgomery Major Taylor ride.
You should have went.
So, no, he shouldn't have. No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't have.
George to work.
No.
We're like, I don't know. Clean mobility, Major
And this is the newest Tim Hortons that Mr. Palladino built right here.
We're so happy about it too.
Yeah, well, some folks not, but at any rate, we ain't gonna even go to that.
But you see, downtown Buffalo is to your right. You can tell by they're not
You're right.
my right. Yeah, we haven't seen cranes in the air in downtown Buffalo in probably about 40 years.
Yeah, so that's part of why we say when you want to name this East Buffalo, let's see more cranes. Then we can begin to talk about East Buffalo.
Fun fact, one politician who's pushing East Buffalo has been the mayor of Buffalo for most of the 30 years that east side of Buffalo has not prospered. Statistically.
And we're not getting into the politics. We're going to keep doing what we do. And we're going to have some fun and we're going to enjoy the clean air. Right? And we're making the air clean. All right, let's go. We getting out?
Black people are responsible for health.
I'm a straggler.
No, Justin is down the street. I was talking. I didn't get to do all this recording. The Nash House is around the corner. But and for anybody who wants to know, we are riding the new electric bus that the NFTA is launching in the city of Buffalo, a part of the clean mobility.
We have a lot of people with a lot of information, as you can tell, that like to talk to people about what they know. So, we would be more than happy to entertain any questions you either have now or later. You could email them, we'll funnel them through Doris. And if she can't answer it, I'm sure she'll get you somebody that can.
But if not, we will see you tomorrow at the Northern Workforce Training Center at the Expo.
At the Expo, yeah, East Side Forward, and introducing clean mobility.
Woo!
Yes.
Also, I want to give you guys an invitation. I don't know how long you guys are going to be, but any of you, if you want to do a tour of Verity, our high-tech manufacturing over there, we just got some new lines of automation over there, so we're always happy to do a tour for them. And it's totally different from the last time you were here, Karen.
It is. It changes. I've been there probably more than most people, except for the people that have worked there, but it changes every single time I go. Every single time, yeah. I only have one more postcard, so you two will have to fight it.
I'm not going to be there tomorrow, but I just want to say this was incredible. Like, I really admired this project from afar, and seeing it up close, my admiration has grown. So thank you for, I know it's a ton of work to put this together too. So, yeah. Thank you.
I actually, if we just have a second, I want to give thanks to two people that are here. Our whole team is fantastic, but first I want to thank Doris, because she put together the tour today, and she probably thought I was crazy when I said, let's put together a bus tour, but she did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So if we could just give her a round of applause.
Thank you guys. Thank you
But
for
I
coming.
also want to give thanks to somebody that used to work for Liz and used to be part of this team, and actually she still is, she just doesn't know it, but she's sitting right over there, and that's to Brittany, because she was the brainchild of many of this, along with Justin and others. But if it wasn't for her and her dedication, we wouldn't be standing around the circle today. So I just want to make sure we give her a big shout out.
Thank you, Tara. I get to carry all of your good work just as a standout example across NYSERDA. So I get to be a part of the project by telling the story of this project in my current work. Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel really proud.
You should.
And thank you to all the partners who came today. Hope you had a good time, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're